Okay, yeah. So the Patagonia article actually kind of made me like this dude from Patagonia a bit more.
I thought it was
So
brilliant marketing, dude. You know how many people are buying their stuff now? Come on. This guy's so full of shit.
yeah, but did you read the article?
I started to. Honestly, I didn't get through. I read the other article that
Yeah,
I
exactly. You're
didn't know
talking shit. You didn't read the fucking article, bro.
I read enough to know that this
You
is
didn't
all
read.
shit.
All right, dude. You always think everything is shit that you read. Anyway, Yvon Chouinard and his family, who made that a 10-figure fortune from Patagonia, relinquished ownership of the 49-year-old company, transferring it to trust and nonprofit organizations, and pledging Wednesday to redirect the future profits toward fighting climate change. As I dug into it, like, yeah, when you read that initially, like, yeah, this could just be bullshit, just marketing scheme, get people to buy more of their shit. Yeah, they do put a bigger percentage towards climate change, but turns out that someone's pocketing it somewhere. Anyway, I thought that initially too, but basically the way they have it set up now is the shares are now owned by all of the company's non-voting shares, which 98% of them are owned by an organization called the Hold Fast Collective, a 501c4 that Patagonia says will use every dollar not reinvested in the company to support nature and biodiversity and to fight the environmental crisis.
So far, so good.
Right? The voting shares are now owned by Patagonia Purpose Trust, which is another new entity that the company says will enshrine Patagonia's purpose and values and demonstrate a for-profit business that capitalism can work for the planet. They predict that depending on the performance, the Hold Fast Collective could get paid out an annual dividend of $100 million, depending on how well Patagonia performs as a company. And so that $100 million can be, used in charity, but that organization hasn't specified how it plans on using it. He wrote in a letter, initially he was considering selling the company and donating all of the proceeds or even going public, but he decided to transfer ownership to keep the company's workers employed and maintain their values. So I think that was more of he probably could have made, if he was doing this out of pure greed, like this dude just wanted money, he could have just sold the company and said, fuck all the people that are working here right now. Like, I thought that was a good decision, thinking about it from like an employee standpoint,
Yeah.
Agreed. So far, so good to me, right?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. So-and-so is going to be chief executive. We don't know him. Who gives a fuck? So they have a crucial quote that Chouinard says, hopefully this will influence a new form of capitalism that doesn't end up with a few rich people and a bunch of poor people. Okay, so far, so good. We're going to give away the maximum amount of money to people who are actively working to save this planet. He was worth $1.2 billion before he relinquished control of the company. He decided he wanted, this is the part that I liked, that made me like the dude a little bit. He decided to give up the company partly because the New York, Forbes listed him as a billionaire. He told the New York Times. His the inclusion of him on the list really pissed him off, he said, because he didn't have $1 billion in the bank. It was basically, $1 billion in shares of the company and shit, right? And he doesn't drive Lexuses. So he was worth $1.2 billion, but it wasn't liquid, So that was funny. So anyway, yeah. Overall, this dude, I just like that. What I like about it is this dude seems to be someone who practices what he preaches. Like, he was always about this environmentalist viewpoint. The company was founded back in 1973, right? So it's not like he's jumping on the bandwagon of the current grassroots movement of environmentalism, right?
Yeah.
During COVID-19, some of the facts they lay out is they paid employees during closures. That's cool.
True. Yeah.
Whenever Trump cut the corporate tax rate to like 20-something% down from 35%, they got an additional $10 million in profits. So they just took that money and used it towards what they believe in, which is fighting climate change, which is respectable. They even put an ad. This is the part I like the most, right?
And
in
let me just say
2011,
this is why I pulled this article, because right away I felt bad. He fucking threw away all his money because it's not fixing climate change.
No, for sure. It's probably
You know what
not.
I mean? That's
doing
like,
shit.
it's like,
Probably
sorry.
not doing shit. But I just
He's a
like
good guy, but
I
wow.
like his values as a person,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but
In 2011, they ran a Black Friday ad in the New York Times asking customers not to buy its products.
this is where I
And
called
to
bullshit.
instead reuse or repair the ones they already own.
Yeah,
Maybe,
hey,
but
you run an ad that says "Don't buy our stuff" during Black Friday. Come on, man.
I mean, but that is sure, that could be some reverse psychology shit going on, sure.
Yeah,
But
that's hilarious.
as a company, that's pretty ballsy of a move to make. As an ad to run on Black Friday. I mean, just working in that world, that's insane to me.
This could get its own South Park episode. The owner of $1 billion company who like is genuinely nice. And
yeah,
anyway,
I think that they practice what they preached here, and I don't see anything wrong. I can't unless
me neither. The only part was the ad they ran for Black Friday. I was like, why the fuck would you run an ad that says don't buy it? Like, that's a joke, you know?
Well, I'd have to see that. I'd have to see that what the ad look like. Click on the click through, see what the ad looks like.
Like hipsters that are like, don't buy our product, and they have this huge factory and they're making it all. Repair what you already have. All right, where's that?
I guess it's at the very bottom.
This
down one more last.
Oh, this one.
There you go. Maybe this is not the link to the ad. Oh well. Look at his wealth history. Go back up. It goes from 2021. How much it's worth, and then like tanks in 2022. I guess whenever he.
Well, it's only 0.6 billion. Okay. You know.
I thought that's where he gave his fortune away.
They sold a lot in 2021. I think that's when people were getting ready for the end of the world, so they bought all their survival gear. And they were like, "What?" They were like, "What survival gear has more Black Lives Matter logos on their website? That's who I'm gonna buy from." And they were pumping the Black Lives Matter logo on their website and all their ads, and they sold 600. They sold 600 million more in profit in 2021 because of anyway.
Yeah. Another interesting thing they did is they apparently pulled the logos off all their products because it was less environmentally friendly.
Because it reduces the lifespan of a garment, often by a lot, for trivial reasons. To have
so like shit like that, I think is cool because most companies they want that churn rate, right, for their products.
I want a big logo on both sides. So.
Right, so it's free advertisement everywhere you walk around with a fucking product on, and it falls apart quicker.